Lovely to see you all here. Big round of applause to Tricky Stanley, Mr. and Mrs. Tricky. Tricky's coming up. It's been a much awaited speech. I'm looking forward to it. Just before he takes the mic, Tricky, nicest man in the world. I know that all of us are very, very happy for you, Tricky. You're a real top man, real top club man. Never lets anyone down. Heart is gold. So I'm really happy for you, Tricky. Well done, kid. Over to you.
Some people say my fielding is like Rob Green. Prior to last Saturday, nobody would have heard of the bugger. But anyway, I hope you like this ring. And on the inside, there's Evo stick and a magnet. So for those of you who see me field, I'll be catching all cricket balls that come my way in the future. If you believe that, you believe that pigs fly. When I moved to Nottingham in 1988, I rang up a cricket club and didn't quite like the vibes I was getting. I then rang Wollaton and got lucky because I spoke to the right person, Frank Hunt, and here I am 22 years later. I have realised that this club is a community with social fabric, and I'd go as far to say, certainly in recent years, it has been a stabilising influence on my life, and I thank each and every one of you for that. I really do. In August 2008, Tina and myself started communicating by telephone, text and letters, and in January 2009 I went to visit her in Cyprus. At this point, I would hasten to add, I informed the director of cricket, Ed Saville, of my whereabouts. When we were in Cyprus on the Saturday night in Nicosia, Tina and myself were in a restaurant, and a face of a very well-known English footballer appeared on the screen. I'll go further than that, an icon. And Tina said, David Beckham. I thought, this is good, an embryo interest in sport. In April 2009, Tina returned to the Philippines, and in May 2009 and January 2010, I visited her. Being a good clubman, as you can imagine, thanks for that, Ed. Being a good clubman, as you could imagine, I wore my Wollaton shorts and t-shirt, and yeah, I didn't see anyone else dressed like that in the Philippines. So if there's an influx of orders for club equipment, you know where it's come from. In February 2009, I went to Yeovil in Somerset to visit Tina's brother and his family. Arrived at 4 PM on a Saturday afternoon. Got out of my car, received a round of applause, which I thought, great, you know, because I'm just an ageing crow driving a poxy little Citroen Saxo. And to receive that sort of applause, well, it's great stuff. Then reality hit home, because what it was, the house was not far from Yeovil's football ground, and the applause was for the players coming out for the second half, and not for me. Everyone knows I love my cricket, and if Tina and myself were blessed to have children, Tina would go down to Yeovil for the birth. After all, what could I tell you about Natal, other than it's someplace in South Africa? I'm not sure you know this, but one of England's greatest ever cricketers was brought up in Yeovil. Yes, Ian Botham. Therefore, I've been putting a lot of thought into this. If we have a son, and with my deep love of cricket, and with the Ian Botham Yeovil connection, then maybe in 20 years' time, the saviour of English cricket could have a surname of Stanley. Now there's a thought for you. Now this dovetails nicely into the opening record, which is Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Hey.